happening.
So Jeremy, you were obviously operating during the outlaw days of MMA, as we talked about at the beginning of this interview.
The good old days, as they're known.
I'd say about 90% of your opponents were on some sort of PED.
Yes.
I can't say that about you. Why were you so against PEDs when the UFC had like just a body type, an eye test that you had to pass to even talk to them before you even got into that cage?
Yeah. Are you calling me fat, first of all?
I just, you got
big bone.
I mean, I'm fat.
Big bone.
I mean,
yes.
so how come you never went down that road?
I have always felt, and I still do, that technique and intelligence is the prime requisite for this sport. Is that bad? Is that a D&D nerd?
You got the right spot, dude. You're in the right spot.
So that's the thing. So intelligence and technique are the two most important factors in this sport. So having big muscles does not win fights. They help. It's a tool like any other. But if I'm better than you, I'm still going to beat you. And I don't care how big you are. I don't care how muscular you are. Strength is not the end all be all, factor. It's intelligence and technique. That's what does it.
That's why I've always tried to stay small,
Yeah, I just don't give a shit about muscles. If you're big, I don't care. It doesn't hurt me.
Well, let me ask you,
technique to use those muscles.
Is that a little bit of an old school, like, and we've talked a lot about steroids here, like there is that old school feeling of like steroids are for strength and muscles, but man, if it's a limited 15 round, do you want a guy that's like on conditioning steroids and oxygen intake and some of the other stuff that, modern guys have access to? Because that could make a difference, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like if somebody's going to take steroids, then they probably overvalue their strength and fitness a little bit much, which means that they're probably not putting the time into their technique and intelligence that they should. And it's not 100% true, but that's kind of the way it goes. We only have 24 hours in a day. So if you're going to spend that much time and focus on building up your body, you're probably slipping on building up your technique and your fight IQ. So, but there are some guys that put it together well. But at the end of the day, I mean, look at a perfect example like Paulo Costa and Adesanya. Mm-hmm. Adesanya is certainly physically sound. I mean, he's good, he's strong, but he clearly puts way more work into his technique and his intelligence. And Paulo Costa put a little bit more work into physicality and couldn't put it together. That's just all there is to it,
Yeah,
You've got
for sure.
resources, and you got to put more time into technique and intelligence. And certainly being strong is important, but it's not as important as being technically sound and smart.